All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Yu Yu Hakusho, episode 18.
Well, Kuwabara has defeated his enemy, Byakko.
Indeed.
Yep.
And we almost needed to help your sorry ass.
But no, my manly strength is enough, and my clever thinking. That's right.
Clever thinking? My spirit gun could have dealt with this whole problem instantly.
No, he still would have, absorbed the energy from your spirit gun. See, the lava needed to be the thing to kill him, and the only way that would work is if I lured him into a false sense of security.
You did fight bravely, after all. Yes, indeed.
I suppose, but
we've got some good handles on some of the voice for our little party here.
Indeed.
But Byakko defeated, soundly by his own doing, really.
Yeah.
And
the one way that
we've got two more Saint
could have actually
beasts
been
to deal
defeated by
with,
him.
though. I mean, and for all intensive purposes, one of them is probably going to be way stronger than the two of them.
Yes, and Hiei is probably going to be the one that takes this next battle, I'm guessing, so that way Yusuke can, do the final battle. But, who knows, maybe he'll have to rely on his friends if they are strong enough at that point to, be able to help.
Yeah, this very much feels like that kind of point in the story where Togashi is setting up in Hunter x Hunter, the Hunter's exam, where he has the puzzles and in the ring, and they have to take turns sending people in to do the fights. But for Killua in that one, he one-shots the guy. So with Hiei, we might see something similar.
That's true. That is true.
Just to kind of keep building him up as the badass, and he's got the inverted color scheme, of course. More dark colors.
Yes,
for sure. That would be pretty cool, and then we could get the next fight rather quickly.
Possibly.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Turns out we do have a little something written about the four Saint Beasts.
Of course.
2 whole battles and you're only now telling me about this? No, fig, flower, 4 Saint... page 42.
Freaking Koenma!
This says 4 Saint Beats. You've given me a cookbook.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh, please, sir,
Oh my
mercy
God.
on me.
Oh my God.
Maybe you misread.
Damn him to the 6th layer of hell.
Yeah.
A special kind of hell.
What? You're kidding me.
That taught in the theater.
Yeah.
One of the door
It appears
puzzles.
we have found a maze in May's castle.
Well, I guess that makes sense. There are 15 doors. All but one leads to a dead end. There are no second attempts. Unavoidable traps lie in the incorrect passageways.
Oh, shit. Okay, I was gonna say, what kills them?
Right.
A poor choice seals our fate. Okay, Mr. Sensitive, this one's all yours.
This is all you.
And I like that Yusuke, acknowledged that. He's
Yeah.
All right, Kuwabara.
Second door on the left. You heard the man, let's go.
How do we know he's not making a mistake?
I'm sorry, Shorty, maybe it's not your thing, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this one.
Oh!
I know. There's something big behind that door. Something scary. I hate mice! Gee,
I
Kuwabara,
love
that
it.
speech of yours was getting so dramatic.
Somehow they have chosen the correct door.
Ooh.
We can hardly have it said that the 4 Saint Beasts welcome guests so far into their home.
This voice.
Yeah.
I shall take them, master. Their tenderfoot mistakes shall not be repeated.
That looked
I
like
like
he had
it
some kind of
because-
a dragon thing across his cloak there. Definitely gave me Yu-Gi-Oh! Villain vibes where he's like, I am a caster. I got shit up here y'all even thought of. The madness setting in.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then baseball bat.
No Devilman Crybaby ripoffs in here.
I'm afraid the news isn't good. The Makai insects are moving too fast for me to battle everyone who's been taken over.
The streets have been taken over, and
Contain them into one part of the city.
But that's no guarantee, so keep exterminating what you can.
I
Okay.
understand.
I half
Over and
expected
out.
her to be like a menace on the streets that the police are
Right.
like, watch out for her.
There's this lady that just goes around hitting people with a bat. We don't know who her targets are.
Oh, Jacob, you've got experience with these recently.
Are
And you thought it was a dragon.
Scared?
And it doesn't feel very nice.
But does he feel like a dragon?
I love that
Kuwabara
Kuwabara says that because he feels like he has to clarify that he could have felt nice, you know.
Right, and we might have been able to roll to seduce him if that was the case, but...
Or just become friends with him,
friends
you know.
with him, yeah.
Come out now, dragon! This whole hide-and-seek thing's getting pretty lame.
As you request.
I like it.
Wind genie?
You may call
He
me
looks like he's got a fish
I
vibe
am
to him.
here now to end your lives, intruders.
Well, he's no dragon, but he is ugly.
Well, say
It is
Ryu.
not wise to say such
Ryu,
things to your
you know.
executioner.
Oh no, that's a dragon, not a fish. No
Guys,
way.
I'm not sure how to tell you
No
this,
way.
but
It's coming from behind us.
Oh.
He's still alive?
Tagashi! Way to go to keep us guessing.
must help me. Please, Shiryu.
Oh no, he's gonna kill him.
Yep.
I knocked that guy in the lava.
What does it take to kill this guy?
Yeah.
Weakling.
No
how
problem.
dare
Lava.
You dishonor us further. You are no longer wanted here.
Yeah.
You are a disgrace.
Or maybe this is the caster, actually.
Destroyed them. It was a small mistake.
Absorb this.
You take this as a very valuable lesson. You get to see his technique used on someone else.
Yeah. Oh, not an airbender necessarily, but waterbender. And
then-
shattered.
Yep.
Damn, the vertebrae coming out of the neck.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
You heartless bastard! How could you kill
Okay.
off your own friend?
Stare at you.
What?
Wait.
He was a weapon, not a friend. And like a cheap sword, he rusted.
Alright, yeah, now...
Oh wow. With the
Yeah.
tears freezing.
I insist this fight be mine.
Oh, the idea that this might be personal for Hiei, too.
Well, or this requires precision.
Or speed, otherwise, like, he might...
Yeah.
Like this fight might already be one where Hiei's realizing that they're screwed because the fog was something they all entered when they came in, you know?
Right.
And... Oh!
Cool.
I love it.
In times before, I've seen Hiei act with similar cruelty. But something about Byaku's execution has caused great anger in him.
Oh,
He seems
like
to live
it.
by his own code with very complex rules. But one thing is for certain. Never before have I seen Hiei begin a fight using such an extraordinary amount of his spirit energy.
Okay.
so this might be over really quickly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Hiei. I'm very excited to see, like, 'cause it might not just be something as simple as that you killed a friend, but it's
Right.
the circumstances that led up to the kill.
Sure. Like he fought well, you know, and you dishonored him or something like that.
Right, the fact that he survived all the way
Right.
through
Prostrate
this.
yourself before my master, and he shall give you power and fame beyond what you have ever tasted.
Go with that angle.
Is that all you have to say?
No,
Are
that
those
it?
your final words?
Last words.
Yeah.
Then you shall meet your death with the other weaklings.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. All right.
Jeez.
And he protected his friends as well.
I'm sorry. I had forgotten of your impressive speed. Now let's try again.
Okay.
Yep. This is definitely one where if you get hit once, it's over. So
Right.
he can't let. Yeah, he really can't let Yusuke fight this one.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that would have been very,
It
very
would have
bad.
been over way too quickly.
Yep.
It just would have been whether the spirit gun can actually block the attack itself.
Into a hockey
Right.
rink.
Not just the room.
Ah!
Man, I wish I had my jacket
The
back.
pompadour. No.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Transform.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a new technique? Nope,
Yes.
same one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dragon!
Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa.
Wait.
What did he do?
Oh!
You have escaped, but you are wounded. Why are you laughing?
You're already dead.
Yeah.
So what if your ice trick can kill your wounded friend? It won't kill me.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That's impossible. I shall give one final blow.
I don't think so.
Oh! Oh! Oh, that was so cool! That was so cool! And we don't see the body because
he could be alive still.
that would be a bit too much.
Shorty's a lot cooler than I thought.
Oh no, I think he's
Power's
dead.
leaving here, but he could have like teleported somewhere.
But like the way we saw it from his perspective, where all of a sudden the world just went chink, like
You
oh,
made
that was
French
so
fries
awesome.
Out of that guy.
French fries.
How many times did you cut him?
Only 16.
No way. No way.
Jesus.
And he didn't even realize it till like a minute later.
If you use those moves the next time we fight, I'm gonna be screwed.
Maybe.
I thought for sure he was gonna say, well, of course, you fool.
Hiei is going through a tricky change. It appears he's beginning to like you.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, don't need that anymore.
This ceases to be entertaining. These nothings are ruining my plans.
Okay.
Suzaku, I'm back.
Suzaku?
It turns out our boy Wonder has few friends, but
Why have a
one
crystal ball? You have a
great
gigantic mirror.
Her name is
Oh.
Keiko Yukimura, and
Of
she's
course.
very close to Yusuke's heart.
Of course.
She is pretty.
All right.
I suppose so. The important part is he'll do anything to save her.
Wow.
Well, there we go.
I know the perfect song to play on this Makai whistle. It's titled Prelude to Keiko's Suffering.
Oh, okay.
A minor.
It
In
is.
my. And just swing like mad. They have different
Yeah, we
targets.
have orders now.
I beat them all.
Boy.
And where do they think they're going?
School.
To school.
Yusuke's middle school.
Maybe they'll like eat those two teachers.
Miss Yukimura, you're still at school?
Yes.
Yes,
Ah,
Mr.
yes.
Yamamoto.
Get this stupid teacher out of here.
Just.
Any news on Urameshi? I've noticed he skipped for several days.
I don't know anything about him.
He's a roach, Yukimura. I'd hate for you to be infected with his disease.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, get him.
No, that's
Oh,
worse.
no, that's even worse. No, that's way worse.
That's
No,
much worse.
I did not think about that. Oh, no.
God. Maybe this will be an excuse to chuck him out a window.
Or to beat him with a baseball bat like
Yeah.
17 times.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, this is a nightmare then.
You don't seem any different from normal.
Okay, yeah,
Well.
good. I'm glad that she didn't, like, hide somewhere in the school. She's
Oh, lovely.
well, yeah, that's all right.
With the walls around the schools and everything, one gate in and out,
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of Okay.
Watch, she's gonna, like, pole vault her way over the wall.
This is where her spirit powers awaken.
Fanatics they mentioned in the newspaper. But how do they know my name?
She calls Yusuke's mom, and she comes in and beats the shit out of her.
Yukimura, it's time for your detention.
Ugh.
Yeah,
No.
that's freaky.
No.
As a young kid at a school, you never want to see, like,
Get the
anyone in
mace
school, like,
and
just
My whole brain just felt like an ice cube. Something bad's happening. I think back on Earth.
No telling how long we've been here.
Okay.
The beasts have most likely organized a counter-assault using the Makai.
Only one more. Let's not waste time.
and they can break his concentration.
Now,
I just hope Keiko's all right.
Of course, you think about her
Yusuke is
now.
right to work. With the power of the Makai whistle, the last Saint Beast has redirected the entire zombie army to one sinister goal: the death of Keiko.
all right.
Hey, an evil bard though.
Yeah,
I'm all
I
about
love it. I love it. Now, the thing is that he isn't, because Keiko isn't actually here, he doesn't have the chance of being able to use her as a hostage, really. I mean, maybe he could, because he has the mirror thing, so he could still show him, like, hey, I have Keiko.
Right.
Because his research didn't tell him about the whole thing of, when Yusuke's protecting his friends, he gets way stronger.
Right, yeah. So
you might have just, like, screwed yourself, dude.
I mean, it's still, like, it's one of those things where, you know, it'll be a one-on-one, but it could be all four of them against one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the best twist?
Well, yeah, Hiei's just fine. Like, so...
Yeah. He can totally just fight as well. Like, I would just love that twist where they walk in, he's like, you're all going to watch your friend, fight me. He's like, what? Hell no.
The
Surround
first two
him.
of us have been short resting while we've,
Right. They all surround him.
Yeah.
And then they just converge him, and he's like, what the? No.
Jojo's like kicking, Gift, just...
Kurama sips wine on the sideline.
And just occasionally whips
and then
him,
joins in every once in a while,
right,
I need a re-gift version of that where it's just instead of those the Jobros from part 5 have it be the squad here.
Yeah.
And Kurama sips wine and just starts kicking into.
Or would it be Kurama that sips wine, or would it be Kuwabara?
No, it'd be Kurama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, he got rinsed.
Yeah, and that was wonderful.
No shot.
I absolutely loved it.
I'm so glad, because he was
Slashed
the
him
most
16
forgettable
times.
of the St. Beast we've seen thus far.
Like, he had a cool design,
Yeah, I love the dragon dynamic.
Yep, and the idea of freezing somebody and then smashing them, that's very visually striking.
Yeah. He felt like an elemental monk genie of sorts.
But Way of the Four Elements monk subclass, it really sucks.
You get outclassed by every kind of melee fighter out there ever.
But to be fair, this is one of those things where if it had been anybody other than Hiei or Kurama, they would have been...
Kurama,
Kurama actually might have still had trouble.
Kurama might have had trouble because his thing is that he's strong, of course.
But it's precision, not necessarily speed.
Right, I don't think his thing would have been working with speed, though.
Yeah.
Hiei is ridiculously fast.
And that's the reason he was able to beat him.
And we also got a power scaling here thing where we now know who's the fastest of the crew.
Yes.
Kuwabara is the slowest.
Right, which makes sense.
But Yusuke is faster than Kurama.
By a good margin.
By a decent margin.
Yeah. And that's something where the fights up till now have been very much a thing of less power levels, more so technique and what's the
rock, paper, scissors,
rock, paper, scissors, but when you have a MOBA and it's the composition,
yes.
like ability comp, basically, right?
Yeah.
Are you a good matchup, right? And in Hiei's case, he was the only one who would be a good matchup there. So Kuwabara, it's a really good thing that you ended up actually taking that second fight, right? Mm-hmm. Because, Hiei probably would have totally
I think also
owned Byakko.
Yusuke could have owned Byakko as well by just shooting down all the pillars. All the pillars,
Yeah. But this is something where
but to be fair, Byakko still just came up out of it.
Right. That, which, by the way, as far as badass things for a character to do, the dude crawled through lava
and also fell from a ridiculously high height.
And by the way, he wasn't near the edge of the room. He was in the middle of the room. He would have had to have crawled through lava for a while.
At least a good 20 seconds or 10 seconds or so.
Because
he could have gotten up on a mound of it and then hopped his way out.
Gone to another pillar or something like that and then gotten out. But still,
he would have been exhausted and dead.
That is crazy. So, okay.
Out of the fire, though, into the freezer.
Yeah.
The poor guy came back, begged for basically, just a little bit of spirit energy, because with his ability, in a lot of ways, this guy could have easily healed him
Probably.
By just basically giving him
Feeding
a
him a
slow,
bit.
steady feeding bit of energy. But this guy was very much a they have gone soft and
Right.
they have not kept up with their edge, and I really got this vibe like this guy just
very
kind
sort
of
of
doesn't
elitist.
fit in the group really.
Well, also it's one of those things where the thing that he said of the mistakes that were made by the previous people, that's true because they did make mistakes, right? If anything, the one that made probably the least mistakes would have been the rock guy, but that was just because Kurama was that good, right?
Yeah.
But with Byakko, he made the mistake of going into the lava room, right? Rather than actually just being like, hey, I'll keep doing my thing. I still counter his ability, even if he can make me explode or whatever, all that stuff. But with him, when he fought Hiei, right?
Yeah.
That was something where basically he had a friend coming back. Now, granted, his friend wasn't in great condition to fight.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's still a non-zero potential ally, right? Like, however he would end up helping out, even if it was just to bear hug Hiei, right, to keep him locked in one place or something, or draw his fire so that you can freeze him.
Yeah.
So, like, you also done goofed in some of your own ways as well.
And you deserve to get rinsed for that because like when he's shooting his blasts and stuff and he directs his first big eruption of ice,
and Hiei
blocks it and redirects it so it doesn't hit any of his friends behind him. Which is a nice little touch there in that he basically ran the risk of taking the hit in order to make sure that he didn't let his friends get swept up in the AoE of it.
And he could have theoretically, your friends, maybe not Yusuke, but the others, they might be a bit ragged and certainly slower.
Yeah,
Let's just pop, take care of them. Because that original blast was I'm going to take you all out, right?
Right, it was.
Because
It was
he's
also
that confident in his abilities, it's a strong blast, there you go.
Yeah, it also felt like it was the kind of thing of, okay, I'm going to bring up all my spirit energy for this big fight so that I will go all out right from the beginning. And the idea, though, that Hiei was potentially in danger, but over the course of the fight, he seemed to be doing something that was undoing the effects of the ice.
I think that was a result maybe of his demon
speed?
form or whatever. That maybe like he because technically one of what they said is that it coats it in ice, not that it actually freezes it all the way
solid,
through,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that
Which
takes
means
time.
that theoretically and that would explain things like how Byakko was still managing to move around a little bit, right?
Sure.
Because you're not completely frozen solid. It's just on the outside, right? Eventually you would freeze. If you get fully covered, then it could probably pretty easily freeze you. But but if it's just like a part of you, then maybe you can still make sure the blood's flowing or whatever. Use your spirit energy to manipulate how your body works or whatever.
I love the idea though that Hiei's abilities in some ways just casually just shrugged off the ice after a little bit of time. But also if his thing is speed, really, you could explain that with just a little bit of just hyper movement,
Oh, sure. Yeah, just heat is friction, so maybe he just
really quick,
Right. Also, another thing that our friend Seiryu or whatever really messed up on, if you're going to execute your comrade that comes in asking for help in front of the enemy, don't use your one-hit finish you technique on them, because then they see
know
it.
what you can
they
do.
know what you can do. Just do literally anything
your
else.
Overconfidence is your weakness.
Exactly.
No faith in your friends is yours.
Now, granted, for someone like Byakko, if he can wade through lava, maybe you do need an ultimate finisher technique.
That's true.
But then at that point, is it even worth the trouble of killing him? You could do that after the fight, So
it's probably a distraction. It's probably something that's just going to be awkward. And also, this is a thing that is very much a thing in more kind of shonen shows in general. Is that if you have someone else in the fight, they bring it up as you could get in my way, and friendly fire is more possible.
Sure. Yep.
So it's the thing of, well, you're going to get in my way anyway, so here we go. Friendly fire, intentional. There you go. Bam.
Right. And you're right.
And you have no defense against
this.
Right.
I totally get why he did it. But from the standpoint of using all potential advantages and not giving your enemy any advantages or insight into your abilities. You were too proud.
Yeah, and Hiei really did not like that. The fact that Hiei reacted emotionally to this, because I think that while it might have something to do with his code, I think that there's a possibility that it's not just his code.
Sure, there's a reason he believes in the code as strongly as he does.
Right,
Yeah.
and that this was something where he's like, no, actually, I'm sorry. While the boss might be stronger than this guy, you're taking him, Yusuke, because this fight, I'm not thinking logically anymore. This one made me angry.
Right.
And
I'm going to cut you 16 times.
Right.
I'm sure 8 would have been just fine.
Yeah, I love the idea, though, that if we have all 4 of these boys basically going to be a squad just throughout the show, because that's just what the OP tells us. And of course they are, we have to have our squad, you know?
Yep.
What are the things that are going to keep them in the squad?
Sure.
While I would say that Kurama already kind of has his reason in that, Yusuke and him had a really powerful moment together.
He saved his mother's life.
Yeah.
And saved his life.
Yeah, it was a really sweet, tender moment. So Kurama's already covered. But Hiei...
Less so.
Hiei less so. So with this was kind of the moment where Hiei basically showed to, Yusuke and to us that, empathy and sympathy and feelings and taking care of others and showing compassion, those are things that I am capable of. Yeah. Those are things that I am excited to see where they come up and where they don't come up, because I think they'll make Hiei a lot more likable for one, but they'll also make him maybe a little bit more like Yusuke than we'd think, because Yusuke's thing is that he's like, don't you dare touch my friends, classic shonen protagonist thing. But Hiei might extend that beyond his friends. Is that Hiei might actually care a lot. It's just he only has so much of it to give.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I love about how this fight went down, is that it was something where even when it came down to the fight, right, there was the pretense of the fight, right?
Yeah.
Hiei jumping around and things like that, basically getting a feel for his speed. Okay, how many strikes can I actually
How many strikes can I get off? It feels like a boss fight where he's like, okay, he's got his predetermined move set.
Right.
In this gap here, I'm going to DPS phase him, and I'll just...
Also, another thing that I got to say, I really respect Hiei, but also the way that Togashi wrote this fight, is that Hiei has the aesthetic of the assassin, right? And he's fast and he's quick,
very simple
and simple and all that
efficient,
stuff.
Yeah.
But everything that his opponent did, he didn't do, right? All those mistakes that he made, he didn't show what kind of attacks that he could do until he finished you, right? Like he
had a sword.
The fact that he could get 16 hits on you and you weren't aware of that, you're just like, okay, he's dodging more or less fairly well, but okay, I managed to get like his legs and things like that.
Right.
And Hiei didn't remove the ice from his leg immediately. He let it stick around.
Yeah, you know what I think he did?
What?
Is that Hiei basically tests his speed, utilizing his speed, lets him hit him.
To see exactly what his max is.
And then he makes it a lot harder. And then he's like, okay,
he can't.
I'm gonna get that. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, so as long as I go faster than that, I then have an interval of this amount of time. I can swing this many times per second.
Yep. Okay, I got him.
Cool. I've got him. The fight's over.
Yep. Right. Because at this point where I'm, basically I'm crippled, right? I have lost the use of some of my limbs, right? This would be where, if he could, suddenly get a bit faster, if he was holding back a bit, he would do it right now in order to finish this.
Right.
But no, he can't. Okay.
Nope.
So that was just as far as the style of it, I loved it, and the visual of from his enemy's perspective, where all of a sudden just the world just chink.
Yeah.
That was a great reversal on the classic.
So they do that in Hunter x Hunter at a very specific point in the Chimera Ant arc when
they did, didn't they?
When Killua makes it look like his opponent can turn their back on him. For a little bit, and the minute they do, you see a moment where the camera just goes and rotates 180 degrees.
Yes, and then they're yeah.
And basically, Killua had jumped on their back and twisted their head and broke their neck immediately.
Yep.
And it's one of my favorite moments in Hunter x Hunter from a fighting standpoint, because it was a fight where the Chimera Ant really thought, oh, I got him, sweet. Turns around his back on him. It's like, you dumb idiot. You should have double tapped because, boom, you're dead. Instantly, it's over. And the switch on that is one of my favorite parts. So, Keiko, though, you're going to get damsel in distress. It's unfortunate, but you know what? Hey,
carry pepper spray next time.
You know what? Maybe this is how you meet Botan.
Yeah.
This can be a cool way for you to... Wait, has she met Botan yet, actually?
She has, yeah.
Yeah, she has. Yeah. Sorry. She has met Botan.
But
fully introduce into the spirit world side of things with Botan. That's how they can make this work. Although, Koenma, my dude...
This is a cookbook.
Spirit beats, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you need to drop some fat spirit beats on all these dumb zombies.
Here's a link
over
to my
here.
SoundCloud, Yusuke.
Maybe you can create your own music to attract them away from the evil bard that's their way to them.
And the Keiko's, I call it Keiko's demise in A minor.
Yeah, I think it was actually like the prelude to Keiko's suffering in A minor.
Yes. Like
I was like
I would have understood like prelude to suffering, right? You know? But like no. I am going to improv this piece, specifically name it after this person, but also it's very important that it's an A minor.
Because she is A minor after all. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, that is the joke.
And the fact that one freaking teacher is going after her and everything, he's not acting all that different than he normally does.
No, not really.
You know, I'm just gonna say, like,
yeah. Actually, can I explain my dumb little thing there when I was in the commentary bit, and I was just like, oh, that school is a scary thing, and then my brain just shorted out. It was me having trouble figuring out a way to explain the story of what happened because I didn't go to a regular school ever. Right. But there was this little school co-op thing where I took a couple classes at there, and there was a point where I was walking the hallway of one of the upper floors alone, and I was looking for a class basically. And the guy who was in the hallway was I don't know, a dad or I don't know, just an older guy or whatever. And I said hello, can you help me with something? And he turned and looked at me with this almost a little bit of a general face of disgust. Ugh. And I just remember being 9 or 10 years old and having just the feeling of I don't feel safe for a second. And it lasted for half a second. But it was just this thought that I don't know, it's always stuck with me, and I might have enhanced it with
sure, yeah, because you're young and everything's bigger, scarier.
Exactly. And adults, they're so much bigger than you and stuff. You're but I just remember the feeling of I shouldn't ever feel scared of adults in this type of environment. And maybe it was just the fact that I was 9 or 10 at a school environment that I had never really been in that much before, and it was my first day, and but anyway, no, whatever. Maybe, I just want to explain that.
Maybe there will be a chance for him to have some sort of lasting damage effects. Not dying necessarily.
I see what you're saying. He doesn't need an arm.
Well, when they're fighting back, if he ends up in his zombie state, accidentally run
over by a car,
or breaking a leg, or or something like that.
Right. We don't wish death upon him. There you go.
No, definitely not.
No.
Right.
I don't think you actually know what I'm referencing.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, it's all good. But, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. All this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. Info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.